Benton, Helm.
Gladys Helm. Gladys Helm.
I was born in Preston Bend, Texas, January the 5th, 1934.
May the 9th, 38. We didn't have TVs until I was about 12. And then the TVs started coming in. Maybe 13, maybe 14. They didn't have TVs, so we didn't have that. We always had a phone. We had running water, and we had a bathroom. We lived in town, and we had electricity. We had radio, and on Saturday night we always listened to the Grand Ole Opry. That was Daddy's favorite music. We always went, and the radio was like a big chest. You know, it wasn't just a little bitty thing. And we just sat around the radio.
TV hadn't been invented. Telephones were expensive.
How did your mom
Radios, we didn't have electricity, so you had to have a battery radio. They were expensive, so we didn't have one of those. And we didn't have running water. We didn't have any electricity. I slept part of the time in there had two beds in there. I slept part of the time in there, but then they moved me out in the side room. And there was a bed out there. There was a little side room. Cold. I still like my bedroom cold. I worked. We either chopped cotton, corn, or baled hay. No trips to Six Flags. I get to go to town about every other Saturday and see a movie. A little Thanksgiving and a smaller Christmas.
Christmas was very important. It was the number one holiday. I mean, to Mother, to everybody. Christmas. We always had, kind of like we do now. And you know, even after y'all came along, we still at Mother's had this Christmas dinner. We didn't exchange gifts, but we always exchanged gifts. And we exchanged 25-cent gifts. Everybody could buy something for 25 cents, so it was little gifts.
We didn't hang out, we drug Maine. Drive your car up Maine to see who you could see and blow your horn and holler and go up there and turn around and come back down, see who was going the other direction. And then and if it was a hangout, it was a White Pig. It was a restaurant and you could circle it. When I met her out Star. They used to, after the school closed, they would have groups, gospel groups would come and sing, and they had a pretty good group out there that night. And there was quite a few showed up. So there wasn't a lot of seats. And I sat down by her. And that was my first mistake.
I knew who he was. Martha was going with Jimmy. But there again, we didn't go anywhere. All of these places Mother took us to, all of these places, she would take us. Even the parties, which was a church party. Winnie roast or whatever, that's what it is. A Winnie roast or whatever. But you did.
I thought she's kind of cute.
It don't take, of course it didn't take very long to know you were in love. I mean, not very long at all. So I won't say it's love at first sight, but probably.
Oh, like I say, she had that long black hair. She was built a whole lot like Barbie, only shorter.
A lot shorter.
And the night we went, like I say, she scooted over next to me. She told me her name and all this. And, you know, I thought, You know, I had 2 or 3 other girls after me. And I was having a hard time staying clear. And I don't know why I slowed down for her. That's still a mystery to me.
He was tall and skinny, just like that picture in there. I meant tall and skinny. Wore a cowboy hat. Wore that hat.
Not real sure, but I think we went to over at Dripping Springs to something. And you know, I think I went and got her and took her over there. I think.
Oh, one time was dragging Maine.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
He was coming up Maine. He turned in front, the light changed.
So we turned left.
He turned in front of these other cars, and I hadn't shut my door good. And this was in this Ford.
No.
This was in what? The door didn't shut good anyway, and I was leaning against the door.
She was sitting in the seat with her back to the door.
With the door, and I fell out in the middle of the street.
In high school, Gladys.
We've been together almost 2 years. Year and a half anyway. I don't know, there wasn't a proposal. He just says, you're gonna go with me.
I didn't ever ask her. It's true. I think the way it worked, I took this job in South Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I was down there about maybe 6 months or a year. And she said, this is not going to work. She said, we're going to get married. And she planned this marriage. And she said, now, on March the 6th, if you want, I'm going to get married. If you want to participate, you be here. And that's kind of the way that worked out. We got married up here at the Freeway Baptist Church. There was a lot of people there. They filled it up. You know, I knew a lot of people, and she did too. Her family and knew a lot, and the church was full. And then they had the reception at her mother's house. We all went out there and had cake and ice cream and whatever.
Your kids were your responsibility, period. Okay, that's the truth. Where did we shop for groceries? We learned Kroger's name was probably the first name they learned how to read. You know, you'd ride down the street and it's Kroger's. That's where you went. No, there was several stores here when the kids were real little, when we first married. Of course, we weren't here the first 4 years. We went camping quite often.
Boat.
We had a boat and went camping.
Best vacation we had was probably the 3 months that we were working in South Carolina, and they all came.
Well, see, he don't like. Yes, Christmas is, but I've done everything for 65 years to make him like Christmas, And he still, I heard him tell somebody the other day he didn't like Christmas.
I like
He likes
Thanksgiving.
But
I
I
really
also
like
done that
Thanksgiving.
too. He's forgot.
I really
Put
like
that together.
Thanksgiving.
Because
Everybody comes and has a good time. They get a good meal, and they go home happy.
do it God's way. Do it God's way. And you shall have the desires of your heart. Do it God's way. And everything will work out.
I guess the best thing to do is get in church and stay true to it. Believe in it. And if you do that, then a lot of this other stuff will come natural that you should do. You both got to work in the same direction for a common goal. Our common goals were to raise them kids, have a home, and with what we got right now. And personally, I wouldn't have had anything probably if it hadn't been for her.
You don't just give 50-50. You have to give 75-25. Both ways, okay?
Yeah, I give the 75 all the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I give the 75 all the time.
I'm the one, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say that, but I'm the one that puts it together and pushes it, okay?
I just like to be remembered as a good man and a craftsman that could do things. And that I took care of my wife and my family and my grandkids.